Good afternoon, everybody. Let me adjust this just a little bit. There we go. That's better. And welcome to Sundays in Cybele. I will be periodically sipping coffee during this video. And my throat's really hoarse and dry, and I don't know what's going on, but whatever. Thank you to anyone who tuned in last night for my little pattern unbagging from the Bago patterns that I got from Goodwill, that most of which were unfortunately cut, but that's okay. When they're vintage like that, I feel like they're still valuable. It's just me. It's the, historian in me. So as you can see from the title, I want to talk about Toys for Tots today. And not even specifically Toys for Tots. Any organization that's collecting toys at this time of year for the holidays for kids that maybe won't get anything if it wasn't for organizations like that, which is, we're not going to go into too much because I'll just cry, because that subject makes me cry just even thinking about it. So I have been either leading toy drives or being a part of toy drives since the early 90s, really. So, forever and a day, right? 30 something years. And over the years, I've noticed there are certain things you can always buy, especially when they're on sale. Grab them. I'm going to show some examples, because these things kind of never go out of style. They're not the trendiest toys, but they're always like a toy that's kind of appreciated. So let's start with one of the first things that I have that is actually not going to Toys or Tots. This is going to my nephew's son, but I found this at Goodwill. I'm going to talk to you about where I get these deals, because we all know I'm not a wealthy person. So I can't always be, I need to always be looking for deals. It's funny, I'm looking at this and I'm pulling off wrapping paper. Somebody got this as a gift and didn't want it. But basically, I found this at Goodwill for about $4.99. And it's never been opened. And I can tell because here's bits of wrapping paper. Whoever got this didn't want this. So, and that's fine. My nephew works on cars as a hobby. He's an IT person, but he works on cars as a hobby. And so his son loves watching him and see all these giant tools. This is going to be so great. He's going to love this. So the reason I'm talking about that is because it is Hot Wheels. Okay. So Hot Wheels, the little cars, they're always a good buy if you see them for Toys for Tots. Little kids will always play with them. I also really like the Hot Wheels. They have these mini tracks. They're like a little kit, and it's just a short piece of track, and they're great. But Hot Wheels is definitely one of the brands that I absolutely say go for the name brands. All right. Here's another one. Fisher-Price. Anything by Fisher-Price, or for that matter, Playschool, that's a toy like this is a great toy to get because they're developmental toys. And again, like this is the phone, right? It's kind of funny when you think about it. Nobody uses phones anymore. We all use cell phones, but this toy is still incredibly popular. And this is the one, it makes the noise. My dog just went, what the hell is that? And it's the one that you pull, and kids still love this. It's a great toy to get when you can see them. Now, this next thing isn't quite finished yet. It's Barbie. I have found 2 of these in the summer at Walmart for 99 cents, and they're Barbie clothes. So, and they're kind of cool, right? They're like Roxy, which is a surf company. I always buy Barbies. This is a kind of a sticking point with me. I don't buy Dollar Tree, Glenda, whatever the one they want to name them, Monique, fashion dolls. I buy Barbie. When you're a little girl, you want Barbie. I do tend to not buy blonde Barbie. I look for like more ethnic Barbies. Even if Barbie's got like red hair instead of blonde hair, just like Barbies like that, I can usually find a Barbie for less than $5. So I'm going to get 2 more Barbies to add to this before this stuff goes. But Barbie. So far we got Hot Wheels, Barbie, Fisher-Price, and Playschool, right? So here's the next mega company. Lego. I got this, it was clearance at Kohl's. By the way, this was clearance at Walmart. This was clearance at Kohl's. more clearance at Kohl's. Every kid loves Lego, and they love getting Lego, like actual Lego, not again, not Dollar Tree, fake, building blocks, or whatever they're called, Leftos. They always have names like that, right? I always get stuff like that because I feel like Legos is one of those universal things also. I mean, a little girl could technically get this. It's more of a boy's toy, but a little girl could get it. It's fine. It's like this set is like a snowman, a penguin. It's cute. It's got a little book inside, right? Cute little set. Now, this, I don't know what this is. The reason I got this was it looked so cool. And I don't know what it is, but if you are a Walgreens shopper or you have a Walgreens in your town, always check out Walgreens. Walgreens in the summer, Walgreens after Christmas does these insane toy deals. Walgreens even will probably start doing toy deals before Christmas. They always do these deals where like you buy two, get the third free if they're all the same price. And they have stuff like Barbie and Fisher-Price and Playschool and Legos and all of these, and Hot Wheels, all these like name brands. Okay, so these next couple of things are things I just always get. So I found this Yahtzee game. This was also at Goodwill. This was like $2.99 at Goodwill. It's still shrink wrapped. It's never been opened. Here's the Lisa Frank coloring books. I showed these guys to you, I think, when I got them in the haul. These were at Goodwill, never used. And remember, with the Lisa Frank was this thing of the Rose Art colored pencils. I always include stuff like this, Crayola and Rose Art. I'll even, for this kind of stuff, I will do like the no-name brand, like the Dollar Tree brand, only because I'm going to put it with these. Like these are kind of going together. And then, last but not least, I always look for puzzles. Remember, I found these puzzles that are Shrek. One is the donkey one, and one is Fiona. Comes with a poster, comes with a little puzzle. They're not the best gift, but I figure when these different organizations are trying to help out a family and they're trying to just kind of fill out maybe larger, more expensive gifts, stuff like this, these little puzzles and stuff, they're cheap, and kids still like them, and it makes the kid feel like they got a lot. Because I was raised pretty poor, and I have to tell you, Christmas, unfortunately, when you're a poor kid, is like a landmine, because you know that there's going to be kids in your school that just make out like bandits, who get literally everything on a list that they could possibly want. And when you're a poor kid, this is hard to explain. When you're a poor kid, name brand stuff is better. I don't know how to explain it. Like when you're a poor kid, you know that Dollar Tree has a fake Barbie. So when you get that, you kind of feel like, Whereas when you get a real Barbie, you're excited. In fact, that's what you take to school for show and tell. You take your Barbie, not your fake doll from Dollar Tree, but your actual real Barbie to school. Over the years, I've had people say to me, well, I have used toys. And I'm like, no. And they're like, yeah, but my grandchildren, they're at my house and they didn't really use them and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, they're not in the box. They're not new. That kid doesn't get to open this toy for the very first time. When you're a poor kid, you get a lot of charity sometimes. Like I know growing up, I wore hand-me-down clothes, not just from my sister, but also from the neighbors. And this became an issue at one point because one of the girls whose mother gave my mother clothing made a big deal of it when we were in grade school. And it was embarrassing. And of course it wasn't at all. She like told people in our class that my mother took the clothes out of the trash, which wasn't true. Her mother washed them, folded them, and gave them to my mother because they didn't fit her older sister anymore. And they probably would have fit me because I was a big kid. And they did. But she elaborated and made this basically a lie. And it was very embarrassing to me. When you're an impoverished child, trust me, you know it. And you're embarrassed as it is all the time. So now here's another thing. Now This is just a really simple set from Walmart. As you can see, it's this true, what is it? Time true. It's earrings and bracelets that match. I had gotten these for a Halloween costume and never used them. So I'm putting them in with the Toys for Tots. Because you need to remember that Toys for Tots is also going to be serving kids that are older. Normally they want electronics. Obviously Toys for Tots does not have the money to provide them electronics. But there are some things that are great to get for older kids like that, like nail polish sets. And my big one, basketballs. So short story. Years ago when I was doing Toys for Tots, when I was working in Philadelphia, I gave a basketball to the woman from the battered women's shelter. And she told me that there was a boy there who had come into the shelter just that week. And he was like 14 and he was not happy. And she gave him the basketball and he went outside and played with the basketball all day. So when you're buying, don't forget older kids. Things like basketballs, soccer balls, footballs, things like that can be great for older kids. And don't forget games like the Yahtzee. So please donate to Toy for Tots. I'm going to put a link below to Toys for Tots so you can find out where they're located. And until the next video, like, share, comment, enjoy, ring the bell.